Hey, this is Redban, and you're listening to Muff Said here at DeathSquad.tv. Please subscribe to us on iTunes and Stitcher. Also, check out DeathSquad.tv for all our tour dates for our live shows, including Toronto, July 11th through the 13th with Tony Hinchcliffe. It's in the Underground Comedy Club in Toronto, Canada. And I guess it's a big hash bar or something like that. So we're going to be doing comedy in like a big cloud of smoke, and then I'm going to have a panic attack and die, and it's going to be fun. And tickets are going fast. They went on sale last week, and they are really almost about to sell out. So go to DeathSquad.tv for the links to those. And we also will be at Comic-Con 2013, July 19th and 20th. We have 2 midnight shows, Friday and Saturday. So come all over us. I mean, whatever. Anyways, here's a brand new episode of Muff Said.
Or something. And so we have the fabulous Katie Daryl in the studio to co-host with me.
Hello! Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show.
This is exciting.
It's going to be a weird show tonight.
I'm ready to get weird with you.
It's going to get really, really weird.
All right.
Redban, how do you feel about this? You were outnumbered.
That's great.
Yeah, if he was going to complain about being outnumbered by females, then
no, I could handle
then
this.
we'd just punch him in the nuts.
That's right.
Yes.
If I had nuts.
Speaking of odd numbers, I just drove back from San Francisco today, which was a totally brutal drive. And while I enjoyed my time in San Francisco, like I always do, because the ratio there is ridiculous. Like, ladies, if you're single, just go to San Francisco. There's so many dudes, and they all have jobs. But I got to see Google Glass out and about in a social setting for the first time. And my response to this was, this guy came up to me and was like trying to talk to me with his Google Glass on. And I thought that
Oh, how douchey.
and I was like, that was my response was like, I'm like, I don't want to talk to you because you have glass on your face. And I don't know if you're recording this conversation.
You're right.
Like, this is really creepy and weird. And I don't like this.
What time of day was this, or night?
I was out at a bar. It was like
So it was
11 o'clock at night.
Okay. Was he drunk?
No. And he
Okay.
was with maybe, I don't know.
It was a sober decision. I'm just trying to find out what state of mind he was in doing this while approaching you.
Well, he was with a whole group of guys that I'd say probably about 3 out of this group of 8 guys were all wearing glass.
Oh.
And it was...
Sounds like a bunch of party animals right there.
And it was really nice, super classy bar in San Francisco. Like, they had mixology and like really complicated drinks and beautiful vibe and great DJ. And so it was this swanky place. And, these men were all like well dressed, good looking guys. And he came up to me to like borrow a chair from our table, but like walk past 4 other chairs to come borrow like that specific chair that was sitting next to me. And I was like, I just can't talk to you.
Yeah,
Just can't.
no.
And
You don't know where to look. You don't like...
Well, you don't want somebody to record you either.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I think
because there's not a light, is there? There's not like a red light that flashes like
to let you know.
What were you doing that you were afraid of being recorded, though? Like, a normal conversation, quite frankly, on my day-to-day life, I'm not scared of being recorded.
I'm not scared of being recorded, but I don't want to talk to the guy that has the potential to record me.
Yeah.
All right, I guess.
Like, it's
But is it just visual recordings that you have this phobia of? Or, I mean, what if someone had a tape recorder in their pocket?
I think
they're
it's
just not happy to see you.
I think it's dudes with Google Glass.
Okay.
I think it's like the dudes with Google Glass. I'm like, this is really, really creepy. And then, like, if they're wearing that while they're talking to a lady, like, are they going to wear that in the bedroom and make some creepy sex tape?
Yes. Yep.
So based on that, I have decided that I am very excited for the smartwatch to come out. What?
Did you try it on? Did you?
I have not tried it on. Have you
didn't
tried
try
it
the
on?
Google Glass? No, but I know somebody did, and they just his words is it's just not ready yet.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Glass is ready yet.
Yeah.
I don't think that wearable technology is quite ready yet. It was really interesting to see it out and about in that environment, and see that people are like rolling around with these things in their face. And this was totally normal at a swanky bar in San Francisco.
Plus, might I say, it probably was low lighting, so it wasn't really accomplishing too much for them, right?
Well, no, because they have the heads-up display that
Oh,
shoots the
okay.
screen into their eyeball, so they can they can use it to connect to the internets and whatnot. But
She meant to record the video.
Yeah, like if they were trying to get you, like, isn't your face just kind of like a dark shadow?
Well, I don't know. I just got douche chills. Like, I don't know if I'm overreacting to the potentiality of being a recording, but the whole concept of talking to someone with like a cyborg thing on their face, and I bang nerds. Like, if I ever ask you how many languages you can code in, I am trying to get in your pants. That's like one of my lines. I'm like, so how many languages you speak? And if it's over 3, you're probably going to put your penis inside me. Like, it's
Why? It's that easy.
well, if I'm making moves, that's like how you know I'm making moves. Like if I've invited you over and I've made you baked ziti and we're like hanging out in my bedroom watching Star Trek, and
See.
Wow, you really thought out this date.
this isn't a date. This is my MO. This is a regular occurrence. Like if I'm trying to get in someone's pants, this is what's going down. And yeah, but like the Google Glass was too nerdy for me.
Well, you also saw like 8 guys just wearing it at a bar. Like, really, you just can't take off your Google glasses while you go out.
But
for the night.
I'm going to ask this, though. I think it would have been creepier if it was just one of them wearing it. I think at least, like, the safety in numbers, they were douching out at least together.
Right.
Well, in San Francisco, it's such a status symbol. It's like I am cool enough to have glass. Like I am cool enough to be one of the people that's being allowed to test this product. And in some circles, it is a status symbol, but it's just not a status symbol that makes me want to bang you. And I am the target market for that. Like,
You know what we should do?
What?
Like, this would be really good, but we'd have to do it right now. Is to actually make fake Google Glass glasses and just to sell, to wear around. Like, hey.
Yes.
oh
yes.
my gosh.
But that's too hard. So many people would be like, "Oh, let me try, man," and boom, you're
No,
covered.
that's just it.
alone.
You just don't let them.
You don't share.
Nope.
Then you become the guy that's like so cool that you have the glass, but like you're also a dick because you don't share.
Well, the guy last night didn't share glass with you, it seems like.
Oh, I didn't even talk to him. I couldn't deal with talking with him. I was like, yes, you can borrow that
Take the chair.
Take the chair. Take the chair.
Get out of here.
Yeah, and from across the bar, I was thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe I should go talk to those guys about their experience. You know, I have a nerdy podcast, whatever. And then I was like, no, I don't want to talk to these people at all. Like, I have no desire to do it.
You're supposed to fall on the sword for your fans, ma'am.
Ryan, your hair looks fucking awesome.
Thank you. You like it?
I like it a lot.
I'm redoing my whole look.
Good. I like it.
Ooh.
It's going to be a whole new
What's
ranking.
next? What's next?
Wardrobe. Well, I'm sorting that out tomorrow.
Areola extension, please.
You want me to have bigger areolas?
Yes.
You like silver dollars?
Yes. I've told you this.
No, you haven't. You
Oh.
like this small silver dollar pancake size areolas?
No, I like the big ass.
I
Like, it
just
covers
like
the whole
pancakes.
boobs. Areolas.
Oh, I see. And now, do you like your nipples extra long and pointy?
Nah, I don't give a shit about that.
No, it's just the giant
areolas, yeah.
Areola, that's what
That's
gets you
it.
sassy.
Can I ask about the wardrobe?
It's I don't know yet. I'm bringing a consultant with me. 'Cause
Oh, wow.
By consultant, I mean friend who has better
Okay,
fashion sense.
all right.
Because apparently, my desire to like buy everything at J. Crew and live in sundresses is not sexy.
What? I think so.
Well, like, gotten sexy according to those commercials. You know,
The
people-
look, I'm like, I just want to wear pretty sundresses all the time, and I
Yeah.
want them to be fluffy.
But yeah, you have to walk through the park barefoot a lot in order to really make it look sexy,
And I'm
or
allergic
run
to-
on the beach
Yeah.
twirling.
No, I'm allergic to grass, and I won't go to the beach if I have a fresh pedicure because I just paid to get that shit.
Oh
painted
yeah,
and
yeah,
fucking
no,
scratch
that'll
that.
get ruined. Boom.
Yeah. And that's the latest night here at Muff Said. Can we watch that Pacific Rim trailer? Because we didn't watch that with Nick Aarons last week, and I am dying to know what it's about.
Yeah, it looks pretty badass. Let me just get this
We
ready.
miss you, Nick Aarons. You would have opinions about talking to guys wearing Google Glass, and you'd really like my bangs.
There we go. Pacific Rim.
We should have played the song "She Bangs." Come on, let's start the show
No.
over. Start the show
No.
over.
I hate Ricky Martin.
You do?
I do.
Always. I mean, even like in the
Well-
beginning, weren't you a little like living La Vida Loca back in '97?
I liked it when he came out as gay and was doing yoga on the beach. That's when I liked. That was my favorite because he started doing like speedo yoga on the beach with his male friends right before he came out, and that was my favorite moment. Because I was like, "Yes, it's happening! It's happening!"
All right, here we go. Let's see this works.
Gypsy Danger, report to Bay 08. Kaiju, Category 3. Pilot-to-pilot connection engaged.
Gentlemen, your orders are to protect the city of 2 million people.
Then let's go fishing.
Why is this all off?
Alien life. They came from deep beneath the Pacific. The first made land in San Francisco.
If you want to stop them, you have to understand them.
Now what's with this video?
Their sole purpose was to aim for the populated areas and take out the vermin. Us.
Or we could just blow them to pieces. The Jaeger program was born. 2 pilots, mind melding through memories with the body of a machine.
2,500 tons of awesome.
We started winning. Then it all changed.
It's like Godzilla shit.
This is amazing. Like, I just shut up and watched the trailer, and that never happens because I talk through everything.
They counted on the humans to hide.
This is going to be the best movie ever.
They never considered we would rise to the challenge.
Dun dun dun! Guillermo del Toro! Ron Perlman! Squidlets!
Short round.
Today we face the monsters that are at our door. We are canceling the apocalypse!
Is that the dude from The Wire?
Entirely possible. This is like what Transformers should. What?
That's how big they are, Ryan.
Pacific Rim.
Yeah, any movie that has somebody using a ship as a weapon is
Yeah,
pretty badass.
I'm just dragging this battleship here behind me. That's how big I am. What?
That's what Transformers should have been.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. We don't know. You know, that might be the shittiest movie ever. Because, you know, Transformers looked badass when you first saw it.
He's got a point. Trailers are amazing. Trailer editors are fantastic human beings.
Yeah, they do it right.
They do. Oh, all the sound ups in that, the cues, the just gets into your heart. It's like when the marching band goes by at a
They have
parade.
sweet outfits with like goo filling helmets, and it's gonna be all space and future and Godzilla fighting. And wow, how did we not watch that last week? I am
don't
so
know.
excited for that.
That looks amazing.
I want to put my nipples all over that movie. That's how I feel about that. And
You should probably ask permission first. Some people don't like nipples just being rubbed on their trailers.
Now, is this like is it like Godzilla? Like, is this Godzilla type shit?
I think
like
it's-
robots versus Godzilla.
But it's a little bit Avatar-esque too, right? Because it's a human going into this like machine and then like stealing memories and moments, right?
it's like what is that show? Power Rangers. Power Rangers on steroids versus aliens.
Is that based off a graphic novel or a comic or?
I
anything
don't
like
know
that?
any. Literally, I was
It's
going,
based off of Awesome, okay? If you didn't get that out of the trailer, you just weren't watching.
Pacific Rim movie. So I don't know nothing about that trailer. That was from Nick Aarons' notes last week, and we didn't touch it. And I was like, "What is this?" Because he normally has good stuff.
Right.
Pacific sci-fi action film by Guillermo del Toro. Let's see Wikipedia. Directed, blah blah blah. I'm not seeing any comic book stuff.
Well, for comic books, we have this Wolverine trailer we could look at. Even though I'm not excited at this at all. Are you?
I remember the last Wolverine being just so terrible.
Yeah.
It was so god awful. And
Is this the second or third one? I can't remember.
this is the second Wolverine.
Right.
And the first one was awful, and it was all about his love story with the Indian woman who was beautiful. Like, I love that actress. I think she's spectacular. But the movie was god awful. The only reason I care about this Wolverine movie is because I'm obsessed with the poster. Because the poster is really good. I think they got some crazy Japanese manga artists to draw it. I should know that. But I don't.
You want to watch this?
For a minute, let's see how we're feeling.
Yeah, this will be the test. How long can you stay quiet?
Yeah. This is
Okay.
a short one too, though. I think.
Yeah.
So, here we go.
watch this. Yeah, we did watch this.
That's how memorable that was.
Yeah.
I didn't remember watching that. I was like,
What I found interesting is how they had a shot of Hugh Jackman without his shirt on almost immediately. They were like, let's just boom, put this right up there.
yeah, they have to.
Yeah, because, at least they'll get those, like, borderline gay dudes who, like, want to watch, like, furry muscle dudes. If nothing else.
So what beer is this that we're drinking?
So this beer, on my journey north, I went all the way up to Eureka in Humboldt County, and I went to one of my favorite places, which is the Lost Coast Brewery, who, by the way, has the worst, the absolute worst social media person in charge, because their brewery, website, their Twitter is private. I'm still waiting to get approved.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I think there's something going on with that. Like, Jack Daniels just finally got on Twitter, and of course, I have to follow Jack on Twitter for some reason. But it had this
because you're a classic guy.
Yeah, it had this verification process that I've never seen before, where it added me
Ooh,
or I
you know
added
what it is?
because of the age drinking.
It's the age thing.
Yeah.
You can't have 12-year-olds following Jack.
Yeah, exactly. So what I had to do, if you follow Jack Daniels, you'll immediately get this message back, like a DM, and it says, please click on this link to verify your age, and it takes you to this whole other website.
Well, I didn't get that. I just got, this user's message. It's just a private account, and you have to wait to be approved.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, it's because they're probably just not as savvy as Jack to know how to set up all that stuff.
Yeah.
I just think it's ridiculous. I mean, and it was so funny because I'm sitting there and I'm tweeting about going in there, and I was like, normally when that happens, I can go and talk to someone and be like, hey, I want to talk about your product on my show. Are there special tasting notes? Is there something you want me to talk about?
Can I have it for free? My name's Ryan. Hey.
I know.
Hey.
I am actually willing to pay. I paid my $20 for this growler.
All right, let me taste this.
And I'm happy to pay to support, some microbreweries because I think that they do need money. But I want to interface with them and make sure that I'm promoting them in a way that
I concur.
Yeah, I want to promote them properly.
Delicious.
But so this beer isn't even on this is a very special treat today because this isn't even on their standard release. This is something you can only get if you go to the brewery in Northern California, and it is their wheat. It is a wheat beer, and they serve it with lemon. It's like a Hefeweizen, but it's a lot lighter, and it doesn't have that overwhelming clove and banana flavors you can sometimes get.
Well, it's opening up my palate to this podcast. So I'm ready. Thank you, beer.
I like it, Ryan. I think I'm a big Hefeweizen fan, and it's exactly.
Say it again.
Hefeweizen, whatever. It's Hefeweizen. But you're exactly right. It tastes like Hefeweizen light.
Yeah.
And that actually is a good thing. Is it lighter in calories and shit like that also, or is it just taste lighter? Because it goes down really smooth. It doesn't have a really weird beer taste.
It's not that chewy that you sometimes get with Hefs or wheat heavy beers. It's like a delicious, refreshing beer.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what it's called. It is their seasonal wheat beer. And
can I see the front of this jug?
Well,
yeah,
this
that's
jug,
a huge jug.
So what happens is when you go there is that you can buy things in growlers. If something's not sold in a 6-pack, you can go and you can buy a growler. It's $8 for the bottle and $12 for the beer. And I like to do that because it's fresh out the keg. It's freshly brewed. And I was I'm going to journey up to Northern California. I'm going to bring this all the way back down from Muff Said. And I'm so glad you guys like it.
What are your intentions for the jug when you're done? Is it going to be part of your new wardrobe? Is it part of the new look?
Well, I already have a sweet jar to store my coins in, so I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Old tampon jug.
Nice.
It is true. That could happen. What have you seen recently, movies wise, that you liked, Katie?
No, you don't even know. I haven't gotten to the theater in so long. I'm in a desperate mode right now.
Well, you're busy with your show.
Yeah, my show has me just under the water, and I'm barely surviving, just trying to produce and host that thing each week. So my social life has become pretty much nothing now. But that's all right.
But your show, tell people about your show.
All right. Okay. All right. It's called The World's Greatest Tribute Bands, and it airs nationwide every Monday night at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern on Access TV. Access TV used to be called HDNet. It's the network that's owned by Mark Cuban, and they switched the name when he merged the company with CAA, AEG and Ryan Seacrest Productions. So thank you. So my show, The World's Greatest Tribute Bands, it's 100% live. You can watch it from the comforts of your home, or you can come absolutely free and watch it at the Roxy Theater like Ryan did. Which show did you come see?
I came and I saw... Who did I come see? They were amazing. I saw the Journey Tribute Band.
Yes.
And I just want to say that your tiny little outfit on the accent... On the...
I know. That's a growler.
I know. I saw that. I was all like, Katie's not wearing any clothes. This is exciting.
But the show is fantastic. We are almost done with season 1. We have 3 more episodes left. There were 12 bands this season. We featured everyone from tributes to The Who, Van Halen, Elton John, The Beatles, AC/DC,
and I'm coming
Queen.
next week.
And then, yes, next week, this coming up Monday, it's a tribute to Metallica. Rah, 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 rah. Hush, little baby, don't say a word, and never mind that. And I cannot wait.
It's going to be so metal.
I'm a huge Metallica fan to begin with, so this is pretty exciting. And I've been working with all the tribute bands all season long, but these guys in particular have been so nice, so pleasant.
It's always the most metal dudes that are always the biggest, like cuddliest, sweet
teddy bears. And it's a band, just so you know, they're called Damage Inc. Just so you know, if you're ever looking to stalk them.
How do you pick? Okay, because there's a lot of tribute bands out there, and I have suffered through some really terrible. Like, we're a tribute to Pink Floyd, and I'm like, dear God, make it stop. I just want to go home. Like, no. Said you're a tribute band, and I'm scared. And then it's a 40-minute freeform jazz something or other.
It is hard. It is hard to figure out which one is the greatest.
Yeah.
And it's highly debatable too. And that's what's kind of fun about the show is, I'll pick a band and we will feature them, and you'll get, 20 emails the next day being like, those guys are awesome. I want to hire them for my kid's bar mitzvah. This is great. But then you'll get some people who are like, that was the worst Journey tribute band ever. You don't know good Journey. Signed, the lead singer of this other Journey tribute band. And you're like, come on, dude. Like, let's just give it up. But I'm totally open to the debate, and I'm open to people suggesting things. But I mean, just like trying to find the best of anything, you have to kind of, open up your mind and go and try things. Go and scout, bands playing at multiple venues, look at their websites, talk to promoters, talk to venues, talk to the fans, and it's a litmus test of sorts.
Are you allowed to say what your personal favorite one has been so far?
I'm 100% allowed to say. The problem is every week it changes because I get psyched up. Like right now, I'm really psyched to see Damage Inc. do Metallica, whereas last week I couldn't wait to see Queen Nation be Queen, and like right now, they're my absolute favorite. 2 weeks ago, I was like, Wild Child doing The Doors. Oh my God. Kenny Metcalf doing, Elton John. I geek out for 7 days, and then sadly, I'm kind of like a whore, and I go on to the next band. I'm like, you're my favorite this week. Sing to me.
Yeah, I've seen some good ones. And they usually have laser shows involved with them.
We got lasers.
Why isn't laser spelled with a Z?
Right?
Laser should be spelled with a Z.
I think you're only allowed to spell it with a Z if you were a laser tag venue at an arcade in the 80s and 90s. Then you could spell it.
Is that why I think it was spelled with a Z? Because probably as a child I saw it spelled with laser tag.
The laser tag that you bought, the home editions, also I think were called laser with a Z.
And boy, did those suck, because you never really shot people accurately.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm really excited for you to come to the show.
I'm going to be there. And
tickets still available, free on Eventbrite.com. Just go to Eventbrite.com and just put in any typical keyword, Access TV, Metallica, Tribute. It'll pop up.
Katie
The
Daryl,
Roxy.
The Roxy, yeah. No, I'm actually so excited. I'm wearing one of my sluttiest dresses.
Ooh.
So slutty, I have to tape myself into it.
Woo! Do you want to meet the band? Do you want to go backstage at the
I don't know
Roxy?
how we're going to talk, because the last time I went, I saw Journey, I got canoodled by Superman.
Yeah, Dean Cain was there.
So, I'm like, okay, so my best friend growing up was obsessed with Dean Cain. Like, pictures all over the wall. Like, I wasn't even allowed to look at him because she's like, that's my dream man. And I'm like, fine. You know how it is when you're 12 and you just first discover boys and, you start cutting up your Teen Beat magazines. And So I meet Dean Cain. I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna die. She's literally, she is 9 months pregnant and she's going to die. And I go take a picture with Dean, and he like grabs my face, like grabs me like not like
intimately
on me, like by the face. It's like, and I'm
he's
like,
amazing.
So sweet.
Nicest dude. Dean Cain. Oh my God. So, and the reason Dean Cain was there is because his brother Roger Cain is the lead guitarist in DSB, the Journey tribute band.
He totally crushed it.
And talk about talented brothers. I mean, one can sing and play musically, and then Dean, a lot of people forget this. Not only is he a fantastic, sexy actor, dude, but he was a college athlete. He played football.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I'm going to say USC, and I'm probably wrong, so go ahead and call me stupid, but, like, it was, like, Stanford, USC, something big. He played football and then had, like, an injury.
Huh.
And
then he became
don't you have a computer? Can't you Google that?
I can Google that.
Yeah, someone Google that.
I don't really care, though.
I've met Dean Cain before. He was all right.
I just can't believe, like, he, like, straight snuggled up to my face. I was like...
Actors, man.
Yeah, boundary issues.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need an adult. You're really nice.
Some of your friends from POW are going to be at Metallica on Monday, so we'll get to hang out with the Stan Lee people.
That's not Metallica at all.
No.
That's just from Beavis and Butthead. Every time I think
How did you get this role or this job? Were you one of those girls that hang out at the Rainbow like every weekend? And,
I'm a tribute groupie. No, actually, I've worked with Mark Cuban since 2001. I actually started with his network when it created and was HDNet, and I was doing a music show called True Music, and I've just been with him for the last 12 years of my life, doing that music show, and then doing a show called Deadline where I would get to drive monster trucks or drive the LA King Zamboni or go skydiving and just do these like fun adventures. But then the program always ended with like hot chicks like and our happy ending. So. So it was booby-rific and beer-rific and dude-tastic. And then sadly, but also awesomely, because now I'm here, when HDNet merged and switched over to Access TV, we cleaned up the network a lot, so it wasn't as much TNA.
Yeah.
My mom's a lot happier.
How's Art Man dealing with that?
I think Art's a little sad. He still has his show on the network, but it has changed dramatically. He doesn't go to Adult Con and those things really anymore. He now is at like an outdoor festival with, good old folks.
The one time I was allowed to be on Art Man's show, they called me in because Art was like, so we shot this tomato festival and there wasn't enough boobies in our episode, and so can you come in and pull your tits out? And I was like...
Wow, all right.
And these are the calls that I get. They're like, we need stunt boobs. Like, I swear to God that should be like my title. Is stunt boobs.
Where did you, so did you just go into
So I went into
office?
a green screen. No, it was a green screen. It was like a full thing. And they had me sit there and tell facts about tomatoes while like pulling my boobies out.
Wow.
Like, did you know that tomatoes contain lycopene? Pull my tits out.
Like
wow.
give us an example. Show us exactly how this happened.
Last time I took my clothes off on this show, you yelled at me.
The first time I met you. First time I met Ryan, she came here, and I think she was so used to doing like radio stations or something like that, or how you do these radios. Mm-hmm. She comes, and there's somebody,
Opie and Anthony and Stern and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and so she just like sits down and she goes, "Oh, do you want a seat?" And then she just takes her dress right off, and everyone's like, whoa.
Yeah, no, you don't have to do that anymore, honey. You're safe now. This podcast doesn't make that happen. But that's funny. So that's how HDNet, we used to you kind of have like a boob quota kind of per episode. So I know exactly the boat that Art was in. But now with Access TV, they changed it up, and we're all about pop culture, music.
Did they get rid of MMA?
Live. No, MMA is still on Friday nights. Inside MMA is on Friday nights, and Kenny and Boz are still hosting that, and they're fantastic. Two of the nicest dudes too. I mean, you should come down to the studio on a Friday night if you want to meet those guys. They are fantastic, so sweet.
The studio is so close to my house.
It is so close to your house.
I could walk there if I had a gentleman escort to fight off the hobos.
Yes, that's true. But still, so then Mark was like, "Hey, we need to come up with a new show for you," because he'd never let me go. Ding. And we, decided that tribute bands was something that no one else had done. And that's true. Like, there's not really a show about tribute bands. Hasn't really been done, let alone the fact that we're doing it 100% live.
Which is amazing. And you're shooting it in the Roxy, which is an LA institution. I met my first Los Angeles boyfriend at the Roxy. We dated for 2 years. Yeah, when I first moved to LA, I was 19 years old, and I went to the show at the Roxy, and I ended up hooking up with one of the bass players. We were together for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back when I was a baby.
Adorable.
But no, the Roxy is it's such an institution. And what I like about...
They're celebrating their 30-year anniversary this summer, too. Can you believe that?
It's so much history has happened at the Roxy. Like, of course, I love it because, like, I fell in love there. But also, like, Heidi Fleiss, that's where she got all of her call girls, was at On the Rocks on top of the Roxy. Like,
nice.
Every major band has played there. Like,
first band to ever play there? Neil Young.
What?
Yep.
How did they get Neil Young?
The Roxy is owned by Lou Adler, who was just inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. So something tells me he had a few connections in his life by being like, hey, I'm opening this club. Why don't you do our opening night?
I love the Roxy.
But that's just me making up history. I have no idea if that's the real story.
I used to hang out at the Rainbow mostly, but I love that area of if you ever go to Los Angeles, there's this little area where it's just like where all the rockers hang out, and it's just literally the Roxy.
I think it's called the Sunset Strip.
Yeah, but that
you may have heard of it.
Yeah, but that one chunk, you don't. You go farther down. Yeah, you go farther down the strip. It's not. All the rock bars are all kind of grouped together.
Yes, I know what you mean. Like the
Viper
Room.
The
is
Viper
right
Room
there.
is right there.
Whiskey A Go Go, where the Doors got their start, where Van Halen got their start.
Yep.
You just like go there and you're like, I am soaking in rock and roll history, and I hope no one pukes on me.
I hope.
I
really hope.
I went to a cool place the other day that had really cool live music because that's one thing I really don't see enough. I never do that anymore. I just hang out.
Are you going to come on Monday to the show?
Oh, I can't Monday. I have 2 live shows I have to do.
Right.
But the
your parole officer.
No, comedy club shit. But I never go see live music. I went to this small little place called 3 of Clubs, I think.
Yeah, I used to do burlesque there.
Burlesque? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen burlesque there. Yeah.
But it was really cool. It was like 12 people, 20 people just watching this band, and they were really good. And it was like, this is insane. This is like open mic for bands. I don't know that world at all. I've been to concerts and I've done all that, but I just never had a friend or dated a girl that was in a band or anything like that.
It can be intimidating to try to get yourself into that world.
Yeah.
It really, just like anything, if it's just not your area of expertise, to be like, okay, today I'm going to go see live music from an up-and-coming band. Where to start? It's just hard to figure that out. But, truly, it's one of those things that once you try it and you go in there and you see a band, whether they suck or not, you don't feel weird in the room anymore.
You had an experience.
Yeah, exactly. And you go back again. It's entertaining. I really love live music.
When I was a kid, my parents were so strict. I was raised a vegetarian, no television in the house, no refined sugar. Like if we wanted to have like cookies or cake or anything, we had to bake it from scratch. The one thing I was allowed to do was go see live music. And because you really can't get in that much trouble at a rock and roll show. You really can't.
What? What kind of rock? Do you go to Yanni concerts as a kid? I'm like, what?
John Tesh?
You've been floating it out.
David Hasselhoff?
The proudest moment in my life was when I got kneed in the face by Jello Biafra.
Oh.
That was like my favorite rock and roll moment of all time. And I was like, yes! I have lived.
I've got my ass kicked at fucking Ween concert. You went
to a Ween concert. Every time I try to go see Ween, I can't get tickets, and I am.
Well, too late now. They're gone now.
They're gone.
They broke up.
I bet you I can find a Ween tribute band.
Oh, dude, if you found a Ween tribute band,
that'd be so much weird. My favorite rock and roll rumor of all time, because those things that I know it's totally not true, but someone once told me that Ween got kicked off of an airplane for smoking crack.
That's not true.
Whoa.
But it's a good rumor, just like that rumor that David Bowie spent an entire year living on nothing but milk and jalapenos.
Oh.
But it's like a rock and roll rumor. It's like when that rumor about Lil Kim Alanis Morissette was rushed to the hospital with how many ounces of cum in her stomach.
Why do you know all these rumors?
Because I was 13.
Wow.
Somebody came in the Taco Bell.
Oh,
Richard
my.
Gere.
Oh, that Alanis Morissette one's gross.
That was the rumor, and I was like 12, so I totally believed it. I was all like, Alanis Morissette.
But Alanis Morissette wasn't known for being a slut even, was she?
Which is what made it all the better.
Oh, come on.
I want to see a Nine Inch Nails cover band. I knew of one in Ohio, but I forget their name, but...
I've been
That would be a good
aggressively stalking Nirvana tribute bands.
Oh.
Really?
Yes, but here's the big disappointment with Nirvana tribute bands. There isn't really much of a stage presence. If you remember, I mean,
Oh my
Kurt
God.
just kind of stands there, and that was their thing is, listen, we literally are just going to come as we are, and we're just going to stand here and play our music and be angry. Like, he wasn't thrashing around, and they're not,
No.
it's not AC/DC, running across the stage, kicking your leg up. I mean, they kind of just stood in place and did their thing, and that worked because it was Kurt Cobain.
And he has that presence.
Yeah.
He can do that.
But now it's like when you're looking at tribute bands, you kind of are like, hey, dude, can you, move or something? And you're doing it well, but I need more. So
If you know of a good Nirvana tribute band, make sure to tweet at Katie. That's at Katie Daryl. That's KatieDaryl. Because I would see one. I'm from Seattle, man. I
love grunge. I would love to do a whole season of just grunge because there's a great Alice in Chains one. There's a Stone Temple
Alice in
Pilots.
Chains kind of turned themselves into a
I
cover
know,
band.
yeah.
I love Jerry. I love him to death. I've known him since I was a kid. But yeah, they turned themselves into a cover band.
Tribute band. Don't use the C word. God, you're so
Why is-
dirty.
Is cover band? Is that a dirty-
Yes.
Really?
Oh, you don't say that.
Don't say cover, because a cover band is a band that plays a variety of music from multiple
Gotcha.
artists. A tribute band is paying tribute to a specific artist and really honoring them by trying to do their look and their sound and their stage presence. It really is, it's a tribute, not just a cover.
Fun fact.
Now, here's something, though, interesting, where a lot of bands have caught on to the fact that the general public is not into cover bands anymore because they think of a dirty, bar. So now a lot of these bands, even say Steel Panther or Wayward Sons.
Oh, I saw Steel Panther back when they were still metal school at the Roxy.
Right. Well, and they play a variety of artists, yet they don't call themselves a cover band. They call them an arena rock tribute because they've learned that no one likes the C word. So come on, Ryan, don't use the C word.
Yeah.
What's your fun fact, Brian?
Oh, my fun fact is the first time, second or third time I saw Nirvana was my
You've
first.
seen them multiple times?
3
Ugh!
times.
Get him out my face off. I'm so jealous.
And my first time tripping on acid, I met Kurt Cobain.
What?
Yeah, I never told you this. This is
I am sitting down and shutting up. Go.
It was Hair Arena in Dayton, Ohio, and first time tripping on acid. I was 17 or 18, and I was with this girl. Lost the girl. I was just like, where the fuck she go? This sucks.
No.
Right. And so I'm standing on the side of the stage, and the opening band was on, which is this, I forget the name of the band. They're kind of popular. They're like an Asian band with girls that just pretty much scream the whole time. I can't remember their name. I didn't like them. So anyways, I'm watching them, and I look right next to me, and there's just Kurt just sitting there eating a bag of Cheetos watching the band on the side, just with me. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I go, hey. And then he looks over and he goes, Cheeto? And I'm like, yeah. And so I took 2 Cheetos, and then somebody yells oh my God, it's Kurt. And then everyone started kind of swarming. And then he just threw the whole bag of Cheetos out and then went back to the side of the stage or backstage. And so I'm holding these 2 Cheetos, and I'm like, I'm keeping these Cheetos. And I put them in my pocket, completely forgot about them. On the way home, I was driving, and I went during a rainstorm even, and had sex while driving on the way home on acid.
During a rainstorm.
Come on.
Sorry, kids, don't do that. I promise it's real. If you don't believe me, I could ask Marissa. Whoops. But went to this gas station. I was like, when I had to get my money out of my pocket or something, I was like, oh my God, those Cheetos, they were just all crumbled. And I was like, for a second, I was like, should I just buy a new bag of Cheetos and say that's them? No. But yeah, it was cool. He was really short. I remember, I just remember he was he looked really fragile. It was during I think that was in the Utero tour, where he had that little green sweater on he was wearing. He just
the granny sweater.
Yeah, he looked like a little old lady, kind of. Very frail looking.
Heroin will do that to you.
Yeah.
You met a rock and roll legend and broke bread with him in the form of Cheetos.
But my biggest thing was when I used to hang out with Trent Reznor, and like I used to.
What? The biggest thing was when I used to hang out with Trent Reznor.
This is like a photo I actually took with no zoom lens. This is how close I was in a concert because I got photo passes to.
That doesn't mean you're friends just because you took a picture.
No, I didn't. I mean, did I say friends? I mean, I used to go to a lot of his shows because I got full access because.
Nice.
What I did is I made up a.
This makes me think of buttholes.
But I used to have this like fake fan club newsletter when I was a manager of a music store, and I would make up this fake fan club at Kinko's, and I would just pretty much take a bunch of photos of Trent and write some fake articles, send them to his publicist, and they're like, "Oh my God, we love this! You get whatever you want." And so they gave me full like backstage passes, photo passes, full access. I just used to always just hang out and talk to Trent like before shows. Met Courtney Love, you know, she was.
Was she as batshit crazy as everyone says?
She was fucking batshit crazy. Like she fell out of her van in front of me, when she was just wasted. And I'd like offered
I've done that wine tasting though too, so I can't judge.
I offered to help her out, and she just like gave me this like snarl, and I'm like, you know, type thing. But
I love her new Saint Laurent ads. I think they're kind of amazing. Yves Saint Laurent is rebranding as Saint Laurent because apparently people don't know how to pronounce Yves, and so I think it's Nicolas Guesquière that's doing it, and so one of the shows that he did was everyone was like, oh, it's too Courtney Love because it's like baby doll dresses and all this stuff. And so his like big fuck you was to put her in all of his ads.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for him.
Yeah. So she's a force of fashion. Like that's the thing is like Courtney Love, like for, you know, she is a rock star.
I don't look much different, do I?
I mean.
Adorable. My good friend, actually, when he started out in the producing world, back when he was a PA many years ago, he actually worked on one of the Nirvana music videos, and on set is when Courtney Love came on set, you know, carrying little Bean. Mm-hmm. And so he's like was able to see like the little family unit all together, which is a little moment that he
My
has.
favorite picture of the 90s, because I'm obsessed with the 90s, my favorite picture is that picture of RuPaul holding Frances Bean with Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love.
Wow.
I don't think I know that photo.
It's amazing, because when I was a little girl, what I wanted to be when I grew up was a drag queen.
Oh, okay. Good luck with that.
Yeah. I became a stripper. Kind of the same thing.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. I mean, how does that not embody?
Wait, that's not Courtney Love. Just so you know, that's Dave Grohl.
There's a bunch of pictures from that day, but yeah. I was like,
but I see. So, but okay, this is a great example though. Look at the giant dialogue that just came out of this tribute band thing.
Yes.
Because and when I started the tribute band show, the world's greatest tribute bands, seen live every Monday on Access TV. Zing. I kind of was like, oh man, this is a weird show that I'm doing, and you know, this isn't real, and it's gonna fail. And then it turns out everyone that I talk to has a suggestion, whether it's a tribute band themselves, where they're like, oh, you've got to get this particular band, or they're just like, oh, well, you need to get a Floyd, or you need to get this. I mean, people all want to engage in this conversation.
yeah. I want to see more punk rock. Do you have a Billy Idol?
No, but I have my finger on the pulse of a really great David Bowie. Like, this guy's amazing. His name is David Brighton, and he is fantastic, Bowie.
Speaking of David Bowie, okay, I'm obsessed with Tilda Stardust, which is this new blog that is convinced that Tilda Swinton and David Bowie are the same person. It's an amazing blog. You should definitely go check it out. But also the new song that David Bowie just came out with Tilda Swinton starring in the video.
Oh, I can't believe the David Bowie album. It has some weird, crazy fact that it was like the fastest selling album so far of the year.
This one that just came out.
Yes, this one that came out. And you're kind of like, David Bowie, out of everyone that's put out an album this year, really? That's like the biggest selling. But his fan base is phenomenal.
I don't know what life would be like without David Bowie.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Fame.
Actually, Golden Years is my favorite. Mm-hmm. Back in my cocaine days, Golden Years was the track that I would queue up back, and I'd be like,
I love that you have cocaine days.
I had cocaine days, and I had a whole playlist, and it was like David Bowie and Van Halen. And I would invariably end up pasting on, somewhere there's pictures of this, pasting on a handlebar mustache, putting on a Lucha Libre mask, and like somehow managing to get like a straw in between the mask and the mustache, and then do scissor kicks off the couch.
Wow.
To 1984.
Hot for teacher.
I would say it was hot. It's more of a Panama kind of
Panama!
Yeah, have you had a Guns N' Roses one yet? Or?
No, but I've got my finger on the pulse of this great one called Guns for Roses out of Dallas, Texas.
Do you guys? So you fly them out, so they don't have to be LA based.
No, it's the world's greatest tribute bands, not LA's greatest tribute bands, Ryan.
Okay, so I want to see you guys get some Japanese people because or that Whitney Houston guy from China, or actually any of the Filipino kids. Like, there's this amazing scene in Filipino where they do spot on.
Oh, I know. There's
Like,
some great stuff over in the UK too. There's a Bon Jovi in the UK that I want so bad, but and as much as we are the world's greatest, and we do bring the bands in, everything that gets really expensive. So
yeah,
we like it when there's maybe a second best in New York. No, I mean the UK people. I mean when you look at their touring schedule, these people are on the road nonstop. Like there's a huge business for tribute bands in Europe in general because the Americans aren't coming over there. And it's not just for the legendary tribute bands like we were saying, like the AC/DCs or the Van Halen. People like tributes of the now, the Katy Perry, the Britney Spears. Oh, yeah.
Really?
They have tribute bands for so many current bands. I mean, the Foo Fighters. And you're like, really? I mean, do we really need a fake Foo Fighters yet? Is it time? Is it? Apparently in Europe it is.
Well, I guess that makes sense. I mean, any rock band spends all of their time touring Europe and South America because that's where people come out in droves to enjoy rock music.
Yep, exactly. But they only go out, once every 3 years. You look at No Doubt. It's like they go out for a year, but then they disappear for 4 years. So people need their No Doubt, man.
That'd be cool to if a cover band kind
tribute.
of tribute.
It's like I'm talking to morons.
It'd be cool though if a tribute band did things like we're just going to do the soundtrack to Train Spotting. All different bands, but they're doing it each song, something like that.
If someone did the Velvet Goldmine soundtrack, I'd probably die.
I would love to see, and this is a little bit bigger than me, so if there's a big concert promoter out there that will do this, I would love them to get all the tribute bands to put together iconic festivals, like do Woodstock. Do Woodstock, man.
Wow.
With the best tribute bands.
That's a great
idea. Do it.
That would be amazing.
And I just would like some free tickets and backstage passes.
I just can't imagine. So you say Woodstock, but with tribute bands, and all I can think about is the Janis Joplin episode of 30 Rock. What name did they even give her? Janis Joplin, 30 Rock. Hold on.
God, so funny. So funny. The rural juror.
Speaking of big hair, we should take a look at these toys that got sent to me.
Oh my gosh.
These are pretty amazing. I want to thank, I think it's Weasel, if I'm correct, on Twitter, sent me a box. He said he had a box of toys in his garage that he wanted to get rid of, and they're adult porn stars. And what's great is they're from, I think these are 90s porn stars. In the box, we have, here's Ginger Lynn, and she's got her little Ginger Lynn outfit on. But,
whoa, someone gave you these?
Yeah.
Why would he give away money like this?
Is this money worth stuff?
It was Jackie Jomp Jomp.
Jasmine Sinclair.
What? Isn't that who banged 200 guys in one day?
She was briefly the gangbang champion. Briefly,
yes,
she did 500.
Kid Rock even mentions her in a song.
Really?
This is valuable.
I think she did 500. Let me find out. Jasmine Sinclair.
My personal favorite.
That was all the rage in 6th grade. The boys all talked about that. The gangbang.
My personal favorite, Asa Carrere. Is she the girl from Wayne's World? I always get mixed up.
No, that's Tia Carrera.
I always mix those two up.
Now, looks like their costumes are removable.
Are they?
I feel like they are, but we'd have to take them out of the box. I don't think you want to do that.
No,
I don't even
do
know.
not
A narrow
do that.
box.
Okay, I feel like the Jasmine St. Croix,
She's
the
the
world's
hottest.
biggest gangbang. I think, is it a 410? Let me find out. Now I just need to know how many dudes she screwed in one day because.
Those gangbangs are fucking disgusting.
Well, I think
man.
Houston still wins with the 620.
Yeah.
I think she's
620 people.
Yeah, I think that. So I think that Metro put
And isn't
out.
that when like fluffers were a real big deal because they needed that really specifically?
The
for
only
her?
time fluffers exist are during gangbangs. The rest of the time, it's just doesn't happen. 'Cause
Really?
It's a male porn star's job to get his dick hard and fuck bitches. That's what they're getting paid to do. If they can't do that without them having to pay another person on set, they're going to hire someone else. Ooh, Anari Vox. I always liked her.
Harry Fox.
These are amazing.
This is like, okay, so I like to refer to what I call the second golden age of porn because there was a golden age in the 70s, and then I consider the early aughts the second golden age, which was when I got in, when they had things like Fashionistas, where it was a $250,000 budget, and same thing with Dream Quest, a $250,000 budget. They had like horses and production value.
Sorry that I keep passing these to you. I just don't know
And
what to do with them.
And it was crossing over to the point where they found the need for, porn star action figures. I love that they have Chloe here, the anal queen.
Is that what she is?
Yeah, so Chloe was like this tiny little stick of a girl. Like she was Taylor Rain before there was a Taylor Rain. And like she was one of the Seymour Butts girls, and she was a squirter, and she could put like everything all up in her butthole.
I wonder if she's like holding in turds now.
Some of these girls may have to wear diapers.
Yeah, and that's true, right? Because I got in this big argument with Dana Diarmond about this a while ago because she's like, "Oh, it's a muscle, it'll grow back," but I just don't see that. You're putting like baseball bats in your ass. It just has to fuck.
Is
it up
a
for good.
sphincter different than a muscle?
The sphincter is a muscle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Why does it get a fancy name then?
well, all of your nut muscles
Smells better.
have
Fancy names. The
fancy
bicep. Okay.
the tricep, the deltoid.
Are those the only ones you know?
Yes. The Kegel.
Wah, wah, wah. I'm doing them right now.
But yeah, I have seen girls poop themselves back when double anal was still a thing before the HIV outbreak of 2003. Girls did have to wear diapers because they were doing double anal, and I'm sorry, your butthole is not designed for that.
Wow, this took a drastic turn that I was not anticipating.
I was not anticipating that either. Why do we go?
Now I've got
It's
a
what he-
million questions, but I'm like, oh, don't do it.
Do it.
Do it.
No.
Do
I'm
it.
actually writing my column for Penthouse, which is due tomorrow, which is all of my my sex advice column.
So, okay, so the porn star, though, like you were saying, the golden age, that golden age that you're talking about was also kind of in conjunction with the rising of the supermodel, too. It was like there was these two...
No. The supermodel happened first.
Oh,
so
okay.
supermodel happened first. That was the 90s. So then we have like the supermodels, and it's my favorite period. Like Herb Ritz and Linda Evangelista and Christy Turlington, all that stuff. So that happened in the 90s. I think that late 90s, early aughts is when we started to have the second rise of porn. It's when companies were making money from DVDs, like hand over fist, and people were making so much money on the internet that they could literally do whatever they want. And it kind of developed...
And then, like, all the contract girls were like, I'm a contract girl.
Yep, it was all the contract girls. Girls were being molded into action figures, which is a crazy thing to think about when you think about how uncomfortable society generally is with pornography. Jenna Jameson is getting on, E! Wild and E! for the first time. And it's just this moment where there's all this... And there's so much money that, everyone's like fucked up on drugs and things are getting wild and girls are doing crazy things. Like, and this was during the time where they were shooting so much, everyone was making money in porn that everyone was trying to get into porn. Because this was also when digital media just first came out. So it was like the first time that you could shoot really cheaply because you didn't have to shoot on film. And so there's all of these people rushing into the marketplace. Everyone's making a lot of money. And so companies
I read a little bit about this in the Jenna Jameson story.
Well, and companies trying to top each other would start having girls do crazier and crazier things, like double anal and like crazy gangbangs and anything by Ashley Blue directed. And actually, I don't think that the Jen Jameson book is a good book if you want an insight into pornography. I think that Ashley Blue, a.k.a. Oriana Small, wrote an amazing book called Girlvert that everyone should read if they want to know what the inside of being a hardcore porn chick is like. Because there are very few Jenna Jamesons in the world. There was one Jenna Jameson one time. That is not a standard experience for someone important. Same thing with Tara Patrick's book. She did not have a standard experience in the industry. Same thing with Christy Canyon. Those girls got really lucky in porn. That's like reading Miss America's book and thinking that that's how life is for women in America.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm this month's Hustler. One of my I have a photo that was published, so I
Really?
can now say I have had a photo published in Hustler. I took a picture of Nate from Driven by Boredom with Asphyxia Noir and Skin Diamond, and they published it.
That's exciting.
Wow. Bravo. I
Yeah.
think. Yes. I don't know.
No, it's
I don't know.
I could say it.
Sounds like a good thing.
Somehow I snuck myself in there.
Can we watch this Rain Room video real quick?
What is it?
It's Rain Room. So this is I like when science and art come together, and so this is something that it's an immersive environment, and these people took technology and they used it to create art. This is reminiscent of our episode last week with the 2-Bit Circus people who are still trying to raise money for their Steam Carnival. Go to steamcarnival.com. Give them all of your monies because it's a good cause. They're going to teach kids about science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. But they got me thinking about how science can be used to create really amazing art projects. And this video, I think, is a spectacular example of that.
All right, let's check it out. If I can press play.
The whole picture.
There's been a long history of people trying to control the weather, from ancient Rome when they would drag a sacred rock into the city in times of drought to make it rain, to stories of Scandinavian witches who allegedly sold bags of wind to sailors in times of calm. And more recently, 2008 Olympics, the Chinese government even sent up rockets and planes to stop it from raining. We've come to the Barbican Art Gallery where young design practice Random International has set up a new installation that brings the weather indoors.
So it's a room that's raining?
So it's a room that's raining, and the way that they have rigged it is that so it's constantly raining, but wherever you move, it stops raining. So you can walk through this room of rain and stay totally dry.
Like, does it just go around your body or the whole room?
Just around your body, so you can walk through the rain and stay completely dry because of the
So
sensors.
you're stepping on something on the ground that sends a sensor off?
Yep.
That's
It's really
cool.
surreal. I mean, not only is it raining indoors, but I mean, I'm not even getting in the slightest bit wet wherever I go.
That's so
It's
cool.
almost like I'm giving off some kind of wind that's pushing the rain away, like I'm a human whirlwind. It's insane.
I wonder if
It
how many
somehow
people
responds to
can
me
handle being in there
Like
at
I
once.
have a
Yeah.
kind of magnetic field wherever I go. It just opens up around me. It's incredible. You guys have made it rain indoors. Could you tell me a bit about where the idea came from?
It's actually 3 years ago. We are looking into printing with water onto something that's on the floor.
We don't need to
using,
watch this, but yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I just saw that, and I just love how technology can be used in so many new ways. Like, we always think of technology as as a way to improve our lives, but sometimes it can just make something really, really beautiful.
That would
I
be
like
cool.
that.
Yeah, that would be cool to like mix that up into like maybe like a nightclub situation where it's called a nightclub.
It's called Rain.
Yeah, Vegas. But yeah, I wonder how if they're gonna use it.
Or if you want to be ironic, it could be called like Dry.
Yeah.
And then it's
Oasis.
not. Yeah.
Desert. Better
Wet.
one. Right now, I'm just doing word association. I saw that video, and I've been really obsessed with that concept of right now. Because, I mean, technology is changing and shaping our lives every single day in ways that we don't even understand. Particularly, again, with my experience with Google Glass this week. It's going to become more and more integrated, and it's creeped into our lives in very subtle ways. And so it's nice to be seeing it used in a way that's purely decorative and purely enjoyable.
Installation art is just beautiful. I mean, the fact that those, that is art. That's an art display in itself, and the fact that they, incorporate technology into it is pretty fabulous.
I think we're going to see some scientists and some inventors that randomly become artists. So like, oh, this is how this works. Mm-hmm. What is this?
I don't know.
Watermelon
This
head?
was a related video, and it looks really crazy. Check this. Watch this. It gets really intense. It's like, what the fuck? Is this a fake set? Wow.
This looks like the last time I did ketamine.
That's trippy.
awesome.
That'll
That
teach
is
that
awesome.
guy for
That's like
putting
X-Men.
a watermelon on his head.
What the hell? There's a guy behind. So
Oh,
this is real.
these are the new glasses that someone was telling me about.
No, you're thinking of something else. That's cool.
That's amazing. That's
Well,
beautiful.
what was the point of that?
I don't know.
What did it say at
it's
the
this
end?
immersive movie experience. So I guess it's what these guys.
No, it's that.
Is it 3D glasses?
No, there's these new glasses that are coming out that are immersive. It's like what virtual.
No,
reality
that's
is
not what
supposed
that is. That's
That's not what that is?
No. This was just what it was. It's to show you what they can do using see this. There was no edits in this. This is actually a room and a guy and like the walls and
so
everything.
these are all
like that.
practical effects.
Yeah, these are all. This is how it's filmed. Like all those are being dangled by like ropes and stuff like that.
But how come that dude's hands looked fake?
What guy's hands?
It's just the lighting.
The watermelon dude, like his hands were all like pixelated and like squared. He had like square hands.
Yeah, but that right there looks sweet. I don't want to know how they did this. But it must be like the walls and the ground are all some kind of projection or something. I don't know. It's crazy. But if you want to check it out on YouTube, it's Most Insane Immersive Movie Experience Ever Part 1.
Oh my God, what about part 2?
What's gonna happen?
I don't know.
So my Netflix pick for this week is Judge Dredd because what?
Fuck that.
What?
Ass movie.
Johnny Versace did all of those really silly costumes, and oh my gosh, that movie is so much delicious cheese, and the production design is amazing and spectacular, and super 90s, which I love.
Are you talking about the new one or the old one?
The old one, of
Okay.
course. I haven't seen the new one. I'm talking about Sylvester Stallone. Like, I'm sorry, that man can do no wrong. Like, Demolition Man is predicting the future.
Except for when it comes to picking his plastic surgeon.
He doesn't look that scary. And I don't think he has plastic surgery. I think it's just all the growth hormone.
Yeah.
Really?
Probably.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's that. No, I don't think it's plastic surgery. I really think that it's just he's on all that growth hormone stuff.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, watching.
What have you been watching on Netflix this week?
I just started going through Adventure Time again from season 1 last night. And one thing I noticed, there's a character in season 1, I think it's the first episode, that gets hit over the head. And he was normal before that, and now the rest of the series, he's just plays like he's like brain damaged. And then I never noticed that.
That's really dark.
Yeah,
that's really dark.
Right, and there was a few things like that, like watching it from the beginning, that I was like, oh my God, that's how that happened? And it's a lot deeper than I guess I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
There's this little snail that I think was in the first episode also, that is just sitting there waving on the ground. And then I realized that snail's like in every episode, like hidden, kind of like the spider on the
Easter egg.
Spider-Man. Yeah, Easter egg. So there's some more things in there. I wonder. I need to look to see if there's a website online. I'm sure there is, like a wiki that tells you all the secrets. But that's one of my favorite things. But one thing I noticed about the art, you can kind of tell maybe the art was in-house, maybe the first season, because the art was so much more crazy, I guess. Like, there was some faces and some drawings during that show that was just like, all right, they never do shit like this anymore. Like, this just looks crazy right now. And I kind of like that, though. It seems more, I don't know. Authentic, kind of, yeah.
Well, we've talked about that. I mean, when we had, what's his face?
Chase Conley
on the show, and when we had, what show is completely drawn in the United States? Super Jail. Mm-hmm. You know, and one of the things that makes that show so, like, crunchy in a way that you can like dig your teeth into is that they have like it's all done in the US, so there's a certain extra level of detail that you have when you have artists that are all speaking the same language.
I heard that going back, I heard the new Judge Dredd was pretty good. I just never liked the old one. I mean, that was a while ago, so I should.
Well, it's super cheesy. Like it's. Do you like cheesy '90s action films? Which I do. Like for me, they cannot get cheesy enough. Like the sillier the costumes, the happier I am. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like Demolition Man is always going to be in my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Wow.
I know. It's sad, but true. It's like that.
That's been admitted. That's taken.
Yeah, that, Barbarella. What else is up in there? Princess Bride. So I like. So good. My dear sweet Wesley.
They're rodent stuff unusual science.
ROUSs.
ROUSs.
I don't think they really exist.
You keep using this word. I do not think you know what it means.
No more rhymes now. I beat it.
Anybody want to beat it?
My name is Inigo Montoya.
You
Killed my father.
Prepared
Prepare
to die. My name is Inigo Montoya. Like, oh, it's so
Have
good.
fun storming the castle. They don't have a chance.
Inconceivable.
All right, so that happened.
So
that is such a good movie, though.
It is.
I think that's the end of our show. Okay, Katie, what are you reading, watching, and listening to?
All right, so as for the watching right now, I'm trying to catch up on the entire Wire series. I know I'm a little behind, like a decade.
I still haven't gotten there, so I'm impressed.
So good. I've been trying to pack down about 2 episodes a night. So.
Nice.
I know it's a lot of couch time for me, but it's good to unwind and everything. So that's what I'm watching. Reading, it's going to be really geeky, but it's kind of like a motivational book. It's called Lean In. It's by the chick that works for Facebook, and
Not Marissa Mayer. Different chick?
No.
She works at Yahoo now.
But so it's lean in, and it's basically telling you, like, lean into the table as a woman. You don't need to sit back. Lean in and get your shiz done. So I'm getting some shiz done now.
As a feminist, I may need to borrow that when I'm done. When you're done,
it's great. It's an easy read, and she has just some nice anecdotes and stories.
Okay, all right.
So that's what I'm reading. That's what I'm watching.
What are you listening to other than
tribute bands? I have every week, like right now this week, I'm listening to Metallica. Last week I was listening to all things Queen. So I'm just kind of doing my homework on each band.
This Monday, come out to the Roxy. What time does it start? It starts at
It's at 8 p.m. sharp because it's a live broadcast.
So you need to be there at 7.
Get there by 7:30. We do accept walk-ups, but we suggest you go ahead and get your free tickets at eventbrite.com.
Mm-hmm.
And it's awesome. If you can't come out to the Roxy, please watch it on Access TV.
Absolutely. I will be there wearing something slutty, so come next Monday. I didn't read anything this week. I listened to a book because I drove all the way to Eureka and back. I listened to a book called Blood Music by Greg Bear. It was recommended to me by Dave Johnson. I don't know how I feel about that, which means it's either terrible or really good, and I'm not quite there yet. It's about they're calling it cyberpunk. I don't think it's cyberpunk. It explores the imminent destruction of mankind and the fear of mass destruction by technological advancement. That is from the jacket cover.
I was just going to say, are you reading that?
Yes, I am.
That was a whole sentence of big words.
So, yeah, because I don't know how to explain a book about a guy that creates intelligent cells and how intelligent cells work through his body and learn how to communicate with him and then communicate with the world. So imagine a bacteria in your body that becomes sentient. It was really intense. It was written in the 80s, so of course some things are dated. I'm not sure how I feel about that, which is frequently a good thing. So check it out if you want. If you got a long drive, audiobooks are the jam. What am I listening to? I'm still listening to country music. Don't judge me. And I just watched Judge Dredd, and I am finally working my way through Star Trek. That's my life these days.
Well, there you have it.
There you have
and
it.
Apparently making baked ziti.
No, I have not. There's not been a gentleman worthy of the baked ziti.
Hey.
Might I say, because I read your tweets, if you ever make baked ziti and give it to me in Tupperware, I promise to give you your Tupperware back.
I actually just got a giant bag of Tupperware back from my friend. And it was like, he came back to my house. He's like, here's all your Tupperware.
Wow.
And I was like, if you return the Tupperware, I can fill it again.
Nice.
Do you want me to make you snacks?
No, I'm just hungry. I just need.
Okay. Do you want to go get food after this?
Maybe.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's make it so. Tell everyone what we're up to, and let's wrap it out with that song that you want to hear with all the cursing.
Oh, no, that's all right.
You don't want to listen to
I got
the
a better
song with the
song.
cursing? Okay.
But no, let's see. Next week I'll be in La Jolla at the Comedy Store. Tickets are on sale at thecomedystore.com. I'm there with Sarah Tiana and Tony Hinchcliffe. And then in July, we'll be bringing Death Squad up to Comic-Con 2013. Tickets are on sale right now at the American Comedy Co. It's 2 midnight shows, Friday and Saturday. Last year we had Joe Rogan, Jim Norton, Doug Benson. It was pretty awesome. So this year we hope to do the same thing.
I'll be there. I'll be wearing a Wonder Woman costume.
Have you got your hotels yet?
No, I always crash with Yuka.
Okay.
Because she gets great hotel rooms.
Yeah. No, it's Comic-Con. Someone will let me sleep in their room.
Well, I'm thinking about just staying like 8 minutes away from it because I was looking at hotels. They're like all sold out. Almost.
I know, they're absolutely sold out.
Yeah,
Look at Airbnb too.
Where?
Airbnb.
Airbnb. What's that?
So you can get like an apartment in the gas lamp. Have access to a kitchen.
Yeah.
They rent apartments?
Yeah, Airbnb. It's so you don't know about Airbnb?
What is that?
So it's a website where you can go to, and as opposed to paying for a hotel room, you can rent someone's apartment. And it's all different situations. They're either not going to be there, or they have an extra room, or whatever. And you can get really amazing deals in all over the world. And they're totally vetted, and it's all this information.
So if you like hanging out with strangers in their creepy homes and seeing what their knickknacks are like, this is for you.
You would do this. I would hate to do that.
I would hate going into someone else's space.
Yeah.
The only reason I like going out of town is getting to be in a hotel room and being like, I'm throwing this towel on the ground and calling down for another one. Boom!
I'm pooping in my bed.
My favorite thing to do is when I get a hotel room by myself and I have the 2 beds.
Oh, God, that second bed is amazing for your stuff.
Oh.
No, the second bed is where I order room service and eat in bed while watching like marathons on Discovery Channel, and then I can get like pizza crumbs everywhere. And then I go sleep in the other bed.
Yep, I do that too. I lay my clothes out on the one bed. I just there's a messy bed and there's a sleep bed.
Oh, one is a bob bed and one's a sleep bed. Baby oil bed. That's like you just get crazy. That's like vacation for sex. You're just like, hey, we're using a whole bottle of baby oil this time.
Gag. They'll charge you if you ruin the sheets.
No. All you do is you get the pet fee. That's all you do. I've learned my lessons, from drinking too much and peeing on my pillows and shit. That I just get the pet fee when I want to have crazy sex bed.
So the next day you have to be like, hey, by the way, I had a pet in there last night.
Oh, they know. They're like, well,
a pet house pet.
Yeah. That's right.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Posture and dignity. Katie Daryl, where can they find you on the internet?
Find me on the internet. Follow me on Twitter at Katie Daryl. You can go to my website, katiedaryl.com. My Facebook, Katie Daryl. Pretty much just look up Katie Daryl and you will find all the awesomeness that is Katie Daryl.